Hey, what's going on YouTube? So I wanted to give an update on the whole Aldi uh, working experience. I actually got hired at Aldi. I have a video that I posted on interview questions, I believe, and application process. So I'm gonna go over it real quick, but I'm gonna tell you mainly this video is about my work experience, how it was working at Aldi. So you apply online. I applied here in New Jersey in the store in Freehold. Um, Super simple application process. Everything's online. I have a LinkedIn, and I believe I just submitted my LinkedIn application or a resume. I also do have a resume and a cover letter, so I believe that helped me um, with getting hired. I saw a lot of videos, and people were saying that it was pretty hard to work at Aldi or Lidl or get hired there. Well, I mean, it was pretty simple. To be honest, you gotta. They want professionals. If you don't have a cover letter or a resume, then how professional are you really? And that's just any company, I believe. Um, Even working at McDonald's, like if I owned a McDonald's and there was somebody came up to me who applied with no resume of any type of experience, I would probably hire the person with the resume, and that's McDonald's. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. So I had an interview, super simple interview with store manager in Howell, New Jersey. He was an amazing person. His name is Chris. He's a great manager. He seemed very eager, and he seemed to like his job. Um, they were overworked as far as hours, but it's because he was a very dependable person. I don't believe he chose to overwork, but it benefited the company and it benefited him, and as far as money. So yeah, I mean, Chris, if you're seeing this, hey, you're a good person, and I would have loved to be in the company longer and work under your command. But anyways, I didn't get hired for the Howell store. I got hired for the Freehold store, and honestly, I could have probably stayed at Howell if I wanted to. It was just too much of a drive. It was gonna be my part time job, and I didn't want to drive more than 10 minutes. It sounds like I'm asking for a lot, but I wasn't. It's a part time job. I don't want to spend money on gas. This is when gas first started going up a lot, and at the time I was driving an '05 Escalade, so premium gas on an Escalade was a lot of money. Um, so yeah, I transferred over. We were under new management. It was a new person who was taking over, and at Aldi, you're supposed to have about a 2 year store operating or manager course where you learn you shadow a current store manager to see how for about 2 years or 18 months depending on the contract that you guys talk about. And the person that was in charge of us did not. I believe he didn't have that, or they didn't have it. So it was kind of rocky at first. Well, as far as scheduling, they're super flexible. They understood my schedule at least. They understood that at any point in time I would have to leave, or I try not to call out as much as possible. I think I've only had to reschedule my schedule like twice, and they were very accommodating, very understanding. My experience from working there, the people were great. From the managers to right before I left, there was a new manager that came on board. I'm not gonna say her name, but she was amazing too. She was a different type of manager, and the type of manager that I like to work under or for. She was very hands on, very involved. You asked her a question, she didn't say, "Oh, I don't know, go figure it out." She said, "I don't know the answer. Let me go find out for you, since you're my employee, and I should know this." So she took ownership of her craft. I really thought she was a good change for the store. Um, but so my experience is, I believe there was 3 people minimum at the store. When the stores open, it was about 3 people minimum. You have your 2 cashiers and your manager. I didn't work mornings, so I didn't really know much about the mornings, but I'm talking mainly in the evenings. So if you're trying to apply for an afternoon, um, all the higher ups, you have more manpower, I believe, in the mornings. In the evening, generally I was a floater, so I did what they call boxing. It's pretty much making the store look presentable, because I came in at 5 o'clock and they closed at 9. So I made it still look presentable. I was cashier on a very rare occasion, but this is not to say that you won't be a cashier. If you want to apply for, I believe I forgot what it's called, stocking. I mean, if you want to just stock the shelves and just apply for that job, don't apply for an associate position. That's what I applied for. I couldn't do stocking because that's early morning jobs, and obviously I'm in the military. So yeah, that was the case with that. They were very accommodating. They understood that I don't get off work till 4 o'clock. I wanted to give myself about an hour to kind of unwind from the military and head into this transition to Aldi, and they were very accommodating. Sometimes I came in at 4:30 if they needed me. I would get a text from the manager, hey, can you come in at 4:30 or whatnot. Um, so overall, I worked about 3 days, 3 to 4 days at the most, and my paychecks, they paid me here in New Jersey. It was 16.50 starting off, and it's not a secret. It's on the website. They tell you what the base pay is for an associate. Elite associate made another dollar extra, I believe. So it was 17.50, and after you become a lead associate, you become more of a opening manager or closing manager, and I believe they made about 21 to 24 an hour, depending on your skill set and your level of education and just your overall knowledge of the company, and also the how long you were at the company. So just like everything, it's self-driven. Promotion is self-driven. They see that you're a good employee. They're gonna ask you, hey, do you want to be a lead associate? And that's pretty much taking care of, making sure the registers are good to go and stuff like that. Make sure you know the procedures to open and close. So I mean, it's another dollar. Why not? Because to be honest, all associates kind of need to know the same thing, and all you're doing as a lead associate is kind of making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Well, I don't really have any bad experiences with Aldi. I just wish the training was more involved. It was computer based training. You do learn how to ride electronic pallet jacks. That was pretty cool. It was interesting. I don't really want to call them out or anything, but nobody, when I was training, nobody really taught me. You kind of just got to pick one up and do it yourself. There's like a PowerPoint presentation on how to do it, but I'm a hands-on kind of person. So that's what I needed. I needed a hands-on training, and some people do get it. Some stores are different. There was just a lot going on with COVID and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I understand why they weren't able to hit every associate. I'm just being honest with my experience. I'm not calling anybody out or anything, because this could have happened in either store. But I did it myself, figured it out. There's a box conveyor that's squishes the boxes. There was an associate that helped me, that he taught me how to do that, and he pretty much told me, like, hey, like, look around. If you're in a position where it's you and 3 females, you're gonna be the one that needs to do the bale. I guess it's when you squish all of them together, and then they call it a bale. And that wasn't always the case, because there was a manager. She was a amazing manager. Her name was I'm gonna call her out, Mara. Hopefully you see this video. She was awesome. She knew how to do it. She was a tiny lady, and so just because you're a woman or a lady doesn't mean you're not capable of doing it. It's just a lot of women had no interest in learning how to do that. So, and there's another store manager in the Howell store, amazing young woman, amazing young lady. She knew how to do it herself too. So, he was just speaking in general, like, hey, like, from his experience, if you're the only guy, you should know how to do this, because these other employees will not know how or be able physically to do it. So I learned, out of my own, I guess, free will. I always want to go to a job and have as much knowledge as the next person, because I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to look dumb. I don't want people to look down on me for whatever the reason, regardless of my pay grade or my level of in the position that I'm in. So managers were impressed that I knew how to make a bail, I guess, because they don't teach all associates. I believe. I guess it was just, as a manager, you should know how to do it. So I did that, and just general cleaning around. It's not hard. If you don't like cleaning your house, then I wouldn't suggest you getting a job where you have to clean, because you're gonna have to clean. They do have. I didn't get to play with a lot of cool cleaning utensils or instruments or equipment. We did the buffer, mopped, and we swept and mopped, and then the buffer. But other than that, and it was, the people there, people that are working there, they love to work there. They've been working there. I met people that have been there for years, 20 years, maybe 25, and a lady was about to retire. So it's a very good environment. The thing that I saw that I didn't like was the sense of security. So being in the military, I'm on a military base. I've been in the military for 15 years. I feel secure in the military base, regardless of how many attacks or threats we receive throughout the world on a military base. I feel safe here because I know we have a security department. I know we have an administrative department. I know we have an operations department. There was a couple occasions where we had some people that came in and pretty much um, didn't they didn't hold anybody at gunpoint, but I remember there was an occasion where there was like somebody with counterfeit money, and he told the cashier like, "Hey, don't make a big deal about it. I'm not stealing from you. I'm stealing from the store or whatnot." And that young lady was shooken. She was a young lady, maybe under 20 years old, under 25 years old, I believe. And we're like me as a man, if that happens to me, like my first reaction, not as a man, as a person, um, that has been trained to kind of defend themselves. Like I'm not a special forces or anything like that. I'm not trying to say. If anything, I do administrative work in the military, but we're taught to react to certain occasions, and I would have stood up and said something to this person, like, "Yo, like, what's going on?" Other people aren't trained to do those things, so it was pretty sad the way the company, I guess, was unable to prevent things like that. So I believe there should be a security presence, but they're trying to maximize profit, and the more people you hire, the less you profit. So that's why they have about 3 people in the evenings. They have very small crew, so they can maximize on profit. And I understand the concept, but security in some places you do need a security guard, and I hope they get them soon because in Freehold it's not the it's not ghetto, but it's not the safest place, especially if that things like that could happen. But if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comment area. Please hit the like button if you thought I gave out pretty good information. If not, then thank you for watching. And please subscribe if you have any more questions or concerns, or if I missed something. If you want me to go more into detail with the interview process, let me know. But yes, I got the job. I worked for about 2.5 months, and unfortunately, I stopped working there. I put in my 2 weeks, and I got a job in Virginia. So I will be moving to Virginia pretty soon. Thank you guys for watching.